sure that the government look bad. So when them pressure them on them sometimes, you hear police say, oh, no government. Oh, no government. Tell them to do it, you know. It's just a way of saying, look here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This a system on land? This a system
Yes.
on voucher? So,
Yes.
I want to hear the
Winner, do you
question
have
though. I really want to hear the question. If we could allow him to ask a question, because
yeah, let him ask the question.
and I want him to explain what he's saying, because he was making a point, and what he's trying to do is to clarify what the misinformation is out there.
Right,
So,
I understand that. So let me give you the question you asked, Sheikah. He
no,
wants to know what is the maximum amount when a ticket is written. If the ticket is written for $100 or $1,000, the judge
let him
has
ask the question, Angel. Angel, let him ask.
he can do that. Winner's up. Come on.
Go
I
again.
don't know who mute him. I didn't mute him.
Gusto, ask a question. Let me say Andrew.
Here we are.
Chuck.
Go
Chuck
ahead.
is not here.
Go ahead.
Just
No.
ask.
All right.
Just ask.
Me never tell you like my youth, Jesus Christ, my youth. You feel just the all the lady.
Gusto,
go on, me hear me name. What go on, Gusto?
I'm gonna call Chuck on the phone.
No, Chuck is here.
I'm gonna use my phone and call.
Angel,
I tell the man, but they go come with police and I tell the lie upon the government when they abuse the law in the road. Me I tell the man say you actually know the law and don't make them use it as site because some of them out there. Me I explain to the man. Watch out, you see you, me I tell you a lie.
You get distracted.
The lady understand you're not here now, you. Yo, when Chuck come and tell me, text and tell me when Chuck come, bro.
Chuck is here.
I'm here, Gusto. What go on? Gusto.
But guys, laws, policies are made. Policies are made by government. Laws are made by government, both leading and opposition. So when a law such as the Traffic Amendment Act was tabled in Parliament,
Mr. Finney, good night. Somebody can be charged 1,000% than what the original ticket was for, sir.
Hold on.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot.
Your gentleman is listening.
Repeat back in here again, sir, please.
Gusto, hold on.
You cannot. You cannot be charged for 1,000% now with the ticket.
Hold on.
Take time and talk. Don't quarrel with it.
Hold on. So, all right. So the ticket value, like for $2,500. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Isn't there a system where you're charged above what the ticket value is?
If you go to the court, sir.
If you go to the court, hold on, please. Done with it.
And a 1,000 increase, they say, Mr. 1,000.
We're not waiting to him. If he go to court, he can be charged more.
Yes, you can, because
1,000% increase, winner.
No, hold on, man.
No, it's a short, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, don't see me, 1,000% increase.
Listen.
No, we never said that. We never said that.
Listen to what I'm saying. If you go to the courts, you can be charged below or above the cost of a ticket. Depends on the judge's what do you call it? Discretion. Or your explanation of what happened. Right?
Facts.
Now, remember when you go to the courts, you waste the judge's time. You take up resources.
Courts fee and all of that.
You have to pay for those services, and that is why the ticket is typically either ranked just a little bit based on whether judge wants to add 50% or 10%. I've gotten speeding ticket for $5,000. And when I go to court, I explain, the judge said, yeah, I believe something still, $2,500. The original sticker price for the ticket was $5,000. Go to court, $2,500. It depends on the judge's discretion, but he has a range in which he can move, but it can't be 1,000%. That's ridiculous.
1,000%.
But I think more often than not, you pay less, winner.
Yeah, I can tell you, bro. Take time.
It is not 1,000%.
Take time. I'm not driving now. You know.
All right. Listen me now. All right. Yeah. I go to court. You see, the ticket was for $2,500. When the judge do him said the amount is $25,000. The ticket is for $2,500 and the amount is for $25,000. When I do the calculation, I've paid a 900% And
What is the offense? What is the offense?
the offense is for a laden weight.
For a laden weight?
Yes, a laden weight, a green plate vehicle.
But the judge, but it's not the government fault. The judge, you went to
Exactly, I have the government. Me, I tell you, the government that.
Hold on.
Tell you, the government that are the judge that.
Hold on. Let me explain.
When you go before the magistrate or the judge has discretion to either reduce or increase it.
All right. So I just
hold on a minute now. Hold on,
darling. Hold on. So
all right.
Hold on. So I just spoke to a police officer, right?
Yes.
And the police officer advised me that it is at the judge's discretion. The judge can either, same thing that we now say, increase it or decrease it. And oftentimes it is probably the judge. Hold on, please. Probably the judge said you're probably wasting time. Probably the judge thinks that you should be penalized more because you come before him already before this. Repeated offender. So there are a lot of things that the judge can take into consideration to increase it. There are also things that the judge can take into consideration to reduce it. Things such as, this was unjustly warranted and stuff like that. So it is at the discretion.
And if you abuse the system too,
right.
Shika added, if you abuse the system, they will add more to you, knowing that, like the plate system, if you're using the plate to do something otherwise what it was issued for, they're not going to be lenient. They're not going to be lenient on you.
So just like when you go before the judge and them have the ability to give 25 years, right? To get 25 years, but when them look at it, them say, all right, may go get 20 years. You understand what I'm saying? So it is definitely at the discretion of the judge. And it has nothing to do with
a government, the prime minister.
It has nothing to do with the government or the prime minister. It has nothing to do with them. It is the judge. As Winner was saying, government set policy. Government is not in the day-to-day running of none of the agencies.
All right, let me add this. A large amount of take-up in terms of the judiciary process are traffic tickets, traffic fines. And what the judges are telling Jamaicans are putting to you, that if you know that you're guilty, pay the ticket, don't come to the courts. What they're trying to do is to deter persons from trying to contest tickets that they know that they're guilty of.
Come waste the judge's time. Waste the court's
time. Oh yes, I am guilty of speeding. So why did you come to court?
Right, when you go in front of the judge, you say guilty. And this is why
and him same also miss the date when he pay to him. Same also miss the date when he pay.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
So this is why I said that the judge can increase it, because the judge can say, oh, you're wasting the court's time, and increase it on these things. So probably if you go back into your head and remember the conversation, you can get an idea of where the judge is coming from, because they probably laid it out to you, but you probably missed the information. So go back in your head, revisit the conversation that the judge had with you, and then you can make a determination. But it has nothing to do with the prime minister. And somebody says it is a form of a punishment. No, come back.
It could happen in the government.
Let me share an example, that I've gone to court because I know I could win. Now, I was driving, my car was insured. But you know, when you comprehensive your vehicle, you will get a cover note. And you drive with the cover note until the original certificate is ready. I was driving with my cover note and it expired. Police stopped me. I said, sir, my vehicle is insured. He said, no, your cover note expired. I said, my vehicle is insured. He charged me for failure to insure my vehicle. I then proceed to go to my insurance, collect the original certificate. Then when the court date was set, I showed up at the courts. Judge asked me, how do you plead? I said, not guilty. I said, what do you mean? You had an expired cover note. You don't have an insurance. I said, I do have an insurance. Look at my policy. When he looks at the date was before the ticket was issued. And bam, you come out.
All right, hold on again, my boss. The dog say, him say, one police tell him say, how the government want $1 billion for the transport authority. Something go like that, stuff it true.
All right, so I know back in 2006, Omar Davis, as a part of their mandate to plug the hole within the budget because they were running deficits.
The answer is
illegally increasing traffic.
Winner, start with no. Say no first, and then you answer.
The answer is no.
Winner, come on, Mr. Winner, man. Winner, come on, man. Remember what the police what they are telling man right now, you know, Virgin, and I tell man to burn the government in the police what they are telling man right now.
Give me a second. Hold on. Based on trends, government can make prediction at what they might get from it. But they're not telling people to go there and ticket Jamaicans to get it, because that is not a credible revenue source for government. Because if persons don't commit an offense, they can't get a ticket.
Every revenue collection department has target.
Based on past trends where Jamaicans have been committing ticket offenses, right? There's a trend. Government can make predictions to say, okay, based on past trends, you know, Jamaicans are more likely to give us this amount in tickets. But they're not telling police to go out there and put on traffic tickets on people. That would have been an illegal activity and against the Constitution of Jamaica.
Just like when you go to Miss Matty shop, Miss Matty buy £100 of chicken back and she said £100 of chicken back. Me sure no say it I go sell off in 2 weeks because this is my customer base. That is a projection, right? So the government can make the projection on that note, but there's no government in Jamaica that is demanding $1 billion from any road user or driver in Jamaica because it is not guaranteed. What if everybody decides, say, me I go start follow the law, me I go wear my seatbelt, me I go follow the speed limit, me I go stay in my lane, me I go make sure me use the right, me have the right plate. How do I go get the $1 billion? Exactly. Sometimes we just have to reason out things logically.
Yeah, and what really happens is that every revenue collection department always have
all right. My friend say, if you ticket book now right, how the police them get paid.
No, that's something about.
All right. No. I really, me know, you know, but my friend them not understand. Okay. So my friend them say, so, if them not get ticket in the road, police not get paid. Something go like that, sir.
So government was making a point. We not just allow him and then they can come in.
Yeah, so we may say every revenue collection department have them target to them set. You know, specifically, I go say, oh, you have to go pressure road users, right? Our motorists forget a certain amount of money. They have the target, and this is not unique to this government. It has always been like that. So apparently, you have some people now who just run with some narratives, or they say, oh, Andrew Holness do this, and Andrew Holness do this. These are things, in terms of targets by revenue collection department, are things that are the norm from a long time. You understand? It's just that some people probably never take the time to know how these organizations operate, right? Another thing now, we know what you say about how the police get paid. All right, we're on that, we know. Because so, you're saying something about
I hope your friend is listening. So Jamaica public sector wage bill for the year 2024 was 463.4 billion Jamaican dollars. How does $1 billion fall into that, sir? How would the government make sense to try and get $1 billion when we already have a public sector wage bill of $463.4 billion? That would be a drop in the bucket. How does the government pay the people of Jamaica? Through taxes. Through taxes, whether it be asset taxes, business taxes, PAYE, GCT, all of those other taxes that exist provides the bulk of public sector wage bill.
And the payment of police officers is based on the government meeting those targets. It means that then there are months when if the government should fall short of those targets, police wouldn't get paid. Exactly.
Police would not get paid. If you're basing your pay on traffic tickets, the police wouldn't get paid.
Traffic tickets can pay police winner.
Exactly.
It's not a JCF
commission. Let me look at it. Let me see what the JCF wage bill of Jamaica is.
Traffic ticket can pay. The wage bill is $11 billion now for public sector, no so?
No, last year alone it was a $463 billion.
Right, and it increased by $11 billion this year, right?
Yeah. So that's gonna be
$400 billion.
$474.4 billion.
That's what we have to pay all the public sector workers in Jamaica. $1 billion cannot pay.
Hey, Mr. Some loose start there road where someone are run with this man.
Yeah, man. $1 billion can't pay police. $1 billion. The government has allocated $40 billion now to fix some roads in Jamaica, and it's still not enough.
And that is it, Lashi. But these are the things that people just willingly believe out there. These are the things that are so easy for people to believe.
But the thing about it now, guys, we can't blame some of them. It's ignorant. It's no. It's the lack of knowledge, right?
It's a shop corner talking.
That's why we hear bar talk.
This shop corner. Well, let me tell you, it is what is discussed at the bar and the shop corner and what they are road. And that's why the party needs to have a strategy. We need to devise a strategy. Forget the facts to the corner, man.
No matter what you put out there now, Virgin, you always gonna have people who are gonna believe.
And people easily believe the lies, right? Yeah. People easily believe them.
No, the negative.
Omalo said it earlier. Said why people gravitate towards. People always think that things can't work before they tell you of the ways that it can work, and it's the same thing with the negativity. They believe it because they go study. They try to tell them, I try to correct them with the information, and they wouldn't even stop to think logically that they know. Say why must it make sense?
No, because
they believe the lies.
They grow up on this thing. Every politician a thief, every politician a liar, every police a thief. Then grow up on that. Them accustomed to that. They are cultured to believe. So when there's a change, when there's when there's some transformation, it takes time for them to believe that actually there is some positive transformation that is taking place in the country. Because after years of hardship and lies being told to them, and corruption after corruption and the PNP. How them come believe now in a 9 years a politician can
Mr. Forsyth, sorry.
You have more.
So for me, campaign on the ground, hot and heated, you know. My time, boy, I'm conversation, them heated, boy.
Him still clear? That clear with him? Or him
yeah, we clear it up. Them listen on another phone beside me, so them listen to it take them I kill the heat, you know. So
what else
man, it is scotch a while ago, brother.
I say go man, what else
What else they want to talk about?
Right, I tell you.
One of the things.
And listen, guys, Gusto, what I'm telling them now, I don't want them to just take what I am telling them. I want them to use their phones, and I want them to Google it. Make it make sense to them once they read.
Yeah, man. I do. Oh, man. Anyway, me can't for my friend them in a man in a dance anyway. No man, me in a day yet about the politics there. No, some
they read for themselves, man.
One of the things you must ask them when they bring questions like this to you. The first thing you must ask them: did you break the law?
Yeah, man, he must agree because even the parliament tell him about the steel, it's a steel in my carry on the tipper truck them and the law now want you to carry it on the tipper truck them like that, the little tipper truck and the taller one them.
Right.
If you don't break the law, you cannot tell me that the government is setting forth some
exactly. So that the view say I hope the government a hustle.
Not only that, but I agree with listen, I was trying to say that, right? One thing in the court system, you know. If you register a car to be a regular passenger and you're now running taxi or you're now doing certain things, when you go in front of a judge, there's no explanation because there's a policy and there's the law, and once you break it,
you see this thing where they carry the steel and the trucks and. It is dangerous, you know. So we see why the judge would have given him 20. You see, the judge.
That's reckless.
I should have been a judge. Would have given 40,000.
But guys,
because it's reckless.
A child, a child in Spanish Town, a child was hit in the back since year, and the child died because of it. The same steel.
Yes, and there's another vehicle. There's another vehicle who was trying to pass a truck winner. That was carrying blocks, and one of the block them turned over upon the car. So it is very, very dangerous, and I see why they increase it from 2,000 to 20,000.
Absolutely.
I agree with them.
You see, the truck man only feel like it's a pressure, you know, and governmental pressure when him are the one driving the truck, you know. You see, any Sunday.
But he's breaking the law, though, Forsyth. Let's make that
No,
clear.
I know, and I'm saying to you, Angel, him feel like the government a pressure him when I drive the truck, and government a give me a fight because I hustle this and government a pressure me. But make him for drive one day and I pick up van. I go to the beach and I still drop off a truck and hurt somebody or him wife or him kids night. Then him a go have a different perspective. That's all people are.
Something, please.
Let me say just one little thing still is that with the restructuring of the country we to have, you get to say the law and order system might get more strict and people have a hard time adjusting with it, because you see even over here the reason why money so talk about everything, everybody sue everybody, is because you have a structure and you have a system in play where if you break any formal law like carry steel, like if you can do that, and then if you can think about if you carry steel on a truck in Canada, right? You know, if you cross your mind because you know say it's gonna cost your pocket, and you get fined and you get sued. But Jamaica I guess we don't have them. We never had it, and we are moved towards it now, where we have them system there in play, whereby you know say every action where you make, where you gonna put somebody's life at risk.
No, I disagree with you. You know why I disagree with you? Because the systems are there, the laws are there to protect us. But you know what we do instead? We send a man go around at the man yard, go analyze him.
Yes.
We get up every day and we say, me not go no courthouse. Me rather chop off of this, and me rather do this, and me rather do that. And I've always said when I come here and we have these discussions that people need to understand that
we can't keep everybody under our umbrella.
That they do.
You get me? So everything kind of.
They do have a right, right? The court is there to rectify all of these issues. Some simple little things that we can just walk in at the courthouse, take out a summons, and let me tell you something. To all Jamaicans afraid of courthouse, for you take out a summons and give them then start run up and down, then call your phone immediately. You hear me say? Then call it immediately.
We have someone new on the platform.
Can I say something?
We have someone. Hold on, Rose. I'm gonna allow you just a second. We have someone new on here. Rose, go ahead.
Okay, good night. Good night to everyone.
Good night.
This same guy, last week I was on a live, I think it's last week, Thursday. And he came on the live with the same thing. And there's a guy on it, he explained to him about everything. He keeps saying the government fighting against him from bringing this steel and the truck, but it's a small one. He said it's a small truck, not the flatbed truck, them, it's a small one. And somebody explained to him the reason why. So I listening to it tonight. Maybe he just come in with something. I don't believe it's true. To be honest, being on what I heard him were saying last week, Thursday, and somebody, there's a guy I said, he explained to him and tell him everything. And I'm here, you know how long I'm here listening. It's the same guy come back tonight with the same steel thing and the truck and the government again. But to be honest, I don't believe. To be honest, I just don't believe him. Maybe he wants to say.
No, Miss Rose. No, really and truly, the other person, I don't know him. This is somebody on the ground where me know. Is a young youth, this is me know. No, sir.
That's it. Thursday. The same steel and the same small
same arguments, yes, same concerns. Different people though, sister.
It's the same thing. No, it's the same person. I'm telling you.
No, miss, you cannot tell me that. How you ever tell me that and I'm there beside somebody now?
You
are different somebody that I was on my TikTok live when the gentleman came up. I mean, him name Canada about Hallman.
I know the live.
Yes, so different. Remember now, this is a similar person who has a small truck doing the same type of business.
This guy.
Is this a church? Okay, all right then. Well, give you all the benefit of the doubt, but for me, I don't believe. Okay, thanks. All right.
You know this thing about the police, them when they must say about police.
Hold on, line. Remember, Jamaica is construction zone right now. right? We have a prime minister that is actively making Jamaica a new place. So chances are ticket offenses are going to be similar. You're going to have people going to have the same similar experience because of bad practice, something that we have been cultured into, carrying steel on the back of a truck, hanging, destroying the road surface, and at the end of the day, same motorist bawling that there's a pothole in the road. Because when you use a steel, drive along the road, and you damage the surface of the road, what you are doing now, allowing water and debris to enter those cracks and grooves, causing the road to become, destroyed over a period of time.
Yeah, it could be the
Keisha said the guy said he's from your constituency, Delroy. So the Keisha is solidifying what Rose said.
Oh, they don't have too much people running your place. I go on with one thing, bro.
But I would love for you to shift the conversation and put up the picture with
man, Miss Keisha, the youth that I talk about, Miss Keisha, I'm a friend this. So you I'm a friend. You understand me? You talk about me hang out with every now and again. The person upon the live, him same day, a different part of St. Elizabeth, but him used it over northeast St. Elizabeth. You understand? So a similar thing. If him have a tipper truck to and carry steel, are the same concerns him go have because the same police thing I go cross the board, no matter where. So for everybody will have a small tipper truck to carry the steel, them go have the same concern. So yes, somebody came on my live about it. This man at the first, not even thought the man never want to talk a while ago. If you notice the man I say me an informer, I never want to be brought on a public platform. So a different person, same situation.
Same offense,
exactly. Same opinion,
I heard
different
that live. If it's the same live that I think
yes.
You hear a live.
We're going to switch topic, but we didn't want to say this before.
We want to switch topic. All right. So here is a little notification, or a little. I don't know, somebody write like a header.
No, not that one.
No, leave that alone. Okay, leave it alone.
No,
right,
no, the one about position in the country.
The who?
The one above that. The gleaner. No, I hear not about that.
Oh, yeah, that but the one where the investors them must say them have more confidence in it.
No. This one just come out.
One nice headline did post today or yesterday, I don't remember.
Come when I read. You turn off your mic. Your mic off. Turn on.
Government strategically position Jamaica to become fourth global logistic should be hub right there. And this is something that we have been talking about for the longest while in terms of the vision that our Prime Minister have for Jamaica. He has been saying it over and over again. And the mere fact that the gleaner, who has not been posting anything positive about the government for the longest while, is unable to sing the music. He's unable to face the music now. And looking down the barrel of a third term, they are saying that, listen, we have to make sure that when Master Mark go down, the Jamaican people will still have a little bit of favoritism for us. And I realized that all of a sudden, the Jamaican leaders start posting a lot of things that the government is planning to do.
The
negativity itself has subsided in somewhat. It's still there, but it's not as it used to be. You realize, Lashika?
They can do better.
They can do better. And you have to understand, they're trying their best to look unbiased.
Yeah.
But we already know.
But let me tell you this though. We were saying it the other day that it's not all doom and gloom with what is happening with the trade war for Jamaica. Because remember that we are that girl that is strategically positioned, in the Caribbean Sea, Remember, say, we do have these ports already, and in the Prime Minister's most recent budget, it is something that he highlighted how they were going to expand the ports, right? So, with what is happening, I think a lot of things can come through us, Jamaica, and then we be the second-hand distributor of it.
Yeah.
We can probably start have some massive warehouse where we are the sources from China, and then we start distribute to the rest of the world where that is being targeted for the 150% tariff, the 40%, the 20% tariffs. I just see where this can be a good thing for Jamaica with diplomacy, with geopolitics in play. I am hoping that we can come out of it a winner.
We are, once you have our good Prime Minister at the helm of the table, you know, the man is a strategic individual. Yeah?
Once you keep Trump emotions at bay, once you give him enough candy.
No. Yeah, God, that is so true.
Do Jamaicans know the kind of prime minister with them have?
I don't think a lot of us realize.
Somebody say Jamaica is not ready for Andrew Holness, and I have to believe it. I really
Andrew Holness is way ahead, right? Of the capacity of people to understand certain things. And I think I'm just hoping that we find a way to make these things a big story so that people can understand exactly what it means for them and what is really happening in Jamaica. I don't think people understand the magnitude of the transformation that is taking place. And it goes back to what Amar Luke was saying earlier, right? That so many things happening and we're just walking around like zombie, like, nothing happening. And we're just holding on to the traditional slogans, the not now go on, and this. So we have all perspectives about new realities, right? We need to upgrade the perspectives to match what is happening now. A lot of people not even paying attention, right? And a lot of these macro economic activities that are taking place, I think we have to find a way to show or to explain to the common man how it really benefit them. Because a lot of them just sit up, I just a rich man thing I go on this, so I just a big boy, I make money, right? We not make no money. And that's how they look at it. Them not understand, so them really benefit from this thing. Them not understand the average construction worker will march up on these sites. Don't remember the days when a tile have to sit down for months and never have a job.
Yeah.
Him not realize, look here. It is a source of employment for enough of the same garrison youth where you say, we love to dig out them and make and say, not go on. Hard trust, offering free access to upskilling, free access to skills training is a big thing, How much you would put a corner see it as how big as big as it is. A lot of them now process it that way. Them just, all right, hard free, all right, if you go, you go, if you go, you don't go. These things are big things. When the government pay you for learn a skill, me grow up here and say, you them for learn a skill. People, you have to just go in them pocket them time there, right? To go access higher learning, right? Or for access training, or for go learn a skill. Now it is free. The government actually pay you for that. You know how much countries now have that?
Exactly. Listen.
There's
so much things going on. It was this week. I see the government broke ground for it was like a commercial complex. What's the name again? Lashika, you remind me. It's since week in broke.
Braintree or something like that.
Braintree. That project, global logistic. There's one gonna be out by Caymanas. They're gonna break that ground in the next 2 months. So what we have now, we're in April, May, June. So in June the ground is gonna be broken for that couple. I think that is gonna be 112,000 square foot complex. So that is like warehousing.
It's like I think he said he's gonna re-enact the train line for that part of it. If me hear clearly.
Yeah.
That one is gonna be a massive one as well.
Yeah. And building back a road for Portmore so that people can enter the parish without using the toll as a
you see
mandatory payment.
You see that is whispered enough.
So hold on, you have the Rain Tree project that he broke the ground for. Then you're gonna have the Kingston Gateway, that is a 21 commercial unit within a 112,000 square foot complex. That's going to be on Marcus Garvey Drive. And that is going to be close proximity to the ports of Kingston. We're going to have convenience for whether it be cargo that comes in by air or it be cargo that comes in by sea at the Kingston port. So you have those storage operation where ships come in, offload their cargo, right? They sit at Jamaica at these warehouses, they pay for the thing, and then ships now take those from those locations to other countries. Because if you look at where Jamaica is located specifically, we have Cuba, we have Dominican Republic, we have Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua.
I think what they need to add
Panama,
is
Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guyana, and we have all of those. The South Americas as well as America that is just right there.
What I was saying when that they need to add as well is that the ships come to Jamaica and they do dock here before they go into even Miami.
Yes.
So with what he is doing, it is a niche for us because we really don't have the space for the magnitude of what of the ships and not the investment, but what is required for them to probably stay longer. And as I said, when we do have the spaces to distribute, it will open more jobs for us. So that is something that is coming right up right now.
Right, Chica, everyone, we at 50.
Hold on, Angie. The Cayman Special Economic Zone, it will be so advanced, or probably I can call it a 2030 project, to how it's going to be advanced, because it's going to be massive, it's going to be different, it's going to be a game changer based on all that I've heard that is going to be for Cayman.
What we're gonna need, we are increasing our docking services. We have that German shipyard for repairing ship that is now there. And guess what, guys? In February, Petrojam, who exited the marine space in terms of fuel in 2013 and the PMP government, says in February 2025 they are re-entering that space. So we're going to drive competition and also expand the capacity of Jamaica to when those ships come into the shipyard, they're able to refuel. And if they have issues like breakdown, they have the German shipyard where they can go and repair. You see how my Prime Minister position Jamaica? I wonder if you want to really look at the puzzle.
There is one that I can't wait.
You said 2025, February.
February 2025. It says, let me read the headline. Battle for the seas. Petrojam. Whip. Vie for control of Jamaica bunkering market. It says, Petrojam Limited, Jamaica state-owned oil refinery, announced plans Wednesday to re-enter the marine fuel market, directly challenging private competitor West Indies Petroleum Limited. And this competitor, West Indies Petroleum Limited, which is called Whip, they are also planning to list on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. So for persons who are interested in investing, they can look out for when this company is coming. Because what this company is doing, because they see where Jamaica is heading, they want to go to the market directly so that they can increase their storage capacity and also, drive up the competition against Petrojam. So that is also good. He said, amid shifting energy landscape, the refinery push to become a global bunkering hub comes just over a decade after Petrojam exited the marine bunkering business in favor of selling fuel to other suppliers who operate in this space, especially around Kingston Harbor. Petrojam exited the marine bunkering business in 2013 and instead had been focusing on selling marine fuel from its road tanker, whatever. So I am saying that because it's a state-owned refinery and they would have information about the plans of the government, or the government will be positioning Petrojam to reap the value of position in Kingston Harbor and Jamaica to become the global logistic hub that we design.
Hold on, Sheik. I just wanted to say this for a minute now. Guys, we have to tap up the live. The thing is,
the numbers are go down, Angie.
Yeah, the numbers
positive things.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You don't want to hear them something.
Listen,
These topics are the boring topics, for people.
Listen, we're not talking. Let's not even think about our own.
Oh, let me do it.
Here already, minds are probably already made up. So guys, tap up the live so we can stay on the For You page. Please, every finger should be tapping. Let's get people who need this information. We need them to hear this information because these things, half of them I didn't know about. So very informative. Continue, guys. I'm gonna eat the peanut butter and jelly now. Bye.
I was gonna say something, but I totally lost my train of thoughts. I remember. Oh, I was talking about the proposal that Bobby Montague made in Parliament a few years ago, where the yachts do come to, I think he said Mary, right? The private yachts, and they just want people to work on them, refuel them. But because our people are so underskilled, they just come and they just turn back. But he said it's an open market for us, and it is something that we can capitalize on. So when we hear the Prime Minister and the government say, oh, go get yourself skilled, these are the avenues that are opening up for
opportunities that are coming.
Yeah. And they know what they're doing because the vision is there. So Jamaica is on a whole different level. It is coming. And this is why we often say, I vote for the Jamaica Labour Parties, I vote for Jamaica.
Exactly.
Plans must continue.
Choose Jamaica.
I wish Mivi was here because this is his area expertise. Mivi work in this industry, so he could probably tell us more that is happening.
But Shika, you guys, when these things are happening, is it more jobs? It's not just for that site is going to be more jobs, because remember, you're going to have more people working, more people living in the area, more housing, and with that comes banking, medical, hospital.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know that the government is also working on the Black River Pier, so that pier should be open pretty soon as well. So St. Elizabeth is on a different level as well to become another great parish. So there's a lot of things happening in Jamaica. A lot.
I'm going to say there's a revolution taking place in Jamaica. And it's happening now across all parishes. So no longer will we hear that all the developments only take place at Kingston, Montego Bay, and Ochi. What you have now.
Look at Portland.
Portland. Don't forget Portland.
Listen to some of the effects.
No longer it's concentrated in only 3 places. Because first time you only hear development and business, popping up in the cities like Kingston, Mobi, and to a lesser extent, Ocherios. But now you find that development is taking place right across.
I know
right?
what's happening.
Listen to some of the effects that will happen based on the policies that are being pushed. When crime get lower, we are going to face 2 things. We're going to face 2 problems in Jamaica. The unemployment figure going to be so low that we have to probably bring in people into Jamaica. We want them to stop have a whole heap of baby because they are so occupied with their career and future. If you look at most developed society, These are two problems they face. Yeah? But one of the next thing that is going to happen to Jamaica, but because we don't see the effect, the real effect of the policies as yet, they are slowly coming. All who don't own their house in Jamaica as yet and you're overseas own something in Jamaica now. Because when crime go down and people start to run back home to get somewhere to live or somewhere for them holiday house, the prices are going to shoot out of the roof.
And this is why I tell them
all the while. Great demand for housing.
Omala, this is why I tell them all the time, say, do not look into Kingston and Montego Bay. Look outside of these areas and buy a small land. I always tell them, I say buy one cheap land. I say land appreciate. Go and pay the little mortgage money. By the time you're ready to sell it, you get a little bit more money on it. You can go buy a property, probably something help you to put towards something that you really want. And I really want to say this, right? The government is so forward thinking that they are planning to expand the Black River Hospital. They are going to do a groundbreaking for housing for hospital staff because that is one of the challenges that they have. So I think both of them are going to go hand in hand, the groundbreaking for the hospital and for the housing, for the staffing, because that is one of the issues they have. So before them say, all right, we only are going to expand the hospital and then no staff, I think they're going to do both in hand, but I can tell you that the groundbreaking for the housing for the staff is coming for Black River as well, hospital. So there's a lot of things going on. Go outside, look outside of Kingston, Montego Bay and the popular area them and go find a little piece of land now and country buy it until you can ready to sell it back.
All right, back to Amelo. Back to Amelo. Amalo. Go on, Britt. Yeah.
This is on the investment side of everything. Because when you are creating an environment for stability and people to live in a sociable society, you're going to attract people from outside of the society that want to be a part of your society. You're going to see people either your housing stock as also investment vehicle. Yeah, they're going to be the demand for people, labor and service. All of these things are going to push up. So, you see the policies as to the direction of where the policies are driving Jamaica. So when we hear people even worried about minimum wage and these stuff, these are just people that doesn't understand how economics work. Yeah? You're going to find that if you don't position yourself in Jamaica at this time, when you have a 39% murder rate going down, when you have unemployment at a stable rate, when you have skilled workers are coming out of school and there is employment are being created for them in areas such as the park that it just was established. You find the shipyard, you find, and these are higher paying jobs, higher paying areas and stuff. When you look at these policies that are put in effect and the effect it is going to cause, it is going to bring forth in Jamaica in the next couple of years in Jamaica, you have to start think about how do I position myself, even at the stock market or investing in Jamaica, because you may invest too late at the back end where things are too expensive.
And one of the things that they constantly talk about is, Jamaica is a low wage paying society. Jamaica is a low wage paying society. But what is happening again, Omalo, the revolution is coming because within the next 4 years, things are gonna change, right? Things are gonna change drastically. People are going, these sectors are going to be open and these people are not going to be paid minimum wage.
Look at St. Thomas. Look at St. Thomas, the forgotten parish. I heard somebody said if Columbus should come back and stand up in if Columbus came back in 2008, he would recognize St. Thomas as he once saw it. But if he comes back in 2025, him the last, he couldn't believe say Portland in there. Right? I'm sorry, St. Thomas. Now we saw the effect of the value of housing in St. Thomas increase drastically, as well as land value. Now I'm looking at Portland and I'm like, okay, if I saw what happened in St. Thomas, then I know what is coming. I know what is coming for Portland, because there's a $4.2 billion urban center for Brown Book.
I already outlined the plan for Portland, winner. You know, hear it.
So the ground broke for that. Then there's a bypass that is going to be built for around Port Antonio, valued at US $75 million. And then there's a shipping pier that is coming on the east section of Portland. So much part of Jamaica transforming at once.
The pier open already.
Hey, Angel, I know a lot about Portland. You want to sell, my friend?
Angel, so we don't have to come to
Portland.
Listen to me.
No, Portland is not for sale.
We're coming.
We talked to Angel the other day. We said, Angel, I think I need a property. Now, Angel said, no, we don't want your Portland. We said, but anytime, not even Mobile, she can land.
She was so offended. She was like, really? I said, okay, all right. Oh, shit, sister.
No, if you talk to any Portland, they tell us no land up there.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
No land if you don't want to
selfish man.
They say I don't want to play, don't live up here.
St. Thomas before Portland, though.
Yes.
Yeah, go on to St. Thomas. Go on.
No, man, Portland look good. We're not going to get shipping here. We're going to get bypass to reach Kingston quick. And we'll also get the Brown Book Urban Center there, just like what they have in St. Thomas. Portland look good too.
Even without those things, Portland is one of those parishes, like the Prime Minister said when he was there. He said the hospitality of the people, they are just so, everybody just so welcoming and loving and kind and sharing. We will call on the house and give you food and give you.
And he said he's not changing the dynamics of Portland
exactly.
either. So he said he's not putting any rice there and all of those stuff. So Portland already have a plan.
Exactly.
Portland already have a plan in Portland
is already standing strong. Standing strong between Daryl and Auntie Ann. Portland is strong, okay? Yeah. All right. Make that clear. But
when you listen to Jamaicans like this now, Mr. Benton Shaw, this Prime Minister makes pure promises. He makes commitments, sir. Just like what he said earlier. We're not paying no mind.
Thank you, because there was one of them that was down there before writing a whole bunch of stuff, and I was so happy with you guys that nobody answered him.
You shouldn't let him sit and listen, man. Probably you never learn.
He's just muted, not.
Yeah, he can still hear. We just mute him. But there was one of them that was down there and when writing, why are they building that? They don't have any roads. And nobody, I don't know if you guys didn't see him, but I love the fact that we continue the conversation without even addressing that these people are writing these things for distraction. Let's focus and continue the conversation.
Angie, me love going a little country place, go buy land, and so, me love
no country place, not that Portland, stay with them.
Hey, me love buy them and put them down. Sometimes my head scratch me and say, I'm going to pay for this. But you see, when time the place them start, develop on the land, start appreciate. Me always tell politics and sports, they seem right there, so. Me always tell him can be my witness. Me love the little something them and then they just say boom, one little housing scheme go there, some say all right, this can sell now.
Portland sell out,
my mother cost me about 1 year now for buy a piece of land on St. Elizabeth because I got really cheap.
Winner, I tell you say can't.
Winner,
it can't. Well, I don't know, here me just drop on uno, remember say me in on it. Yeah, here me just drop about centi, remember I am in on it.
Yeah, man,
miss me.
And I want nice, a flat place on the roadside, and it beside a reservoir,
and where the houses them are there, a centi. Hello. Nah, miss me.
All of the people that come from country, we come at town, come drink out the water and dirty up the place, so they can't go back out the country now.
I love it.
Here we go.
Say it again.
Look at country now. We want to put up one toll boat. I want the Prime Minister to put up a toll boat, a ferry, and when the people are coming.
No, go on phone no. Not that thing I go on phone no.
What are you saying? Nothing going on for Kingston? Everything are going on for Kingston. You don't hear about the waterfront from way down where you call it, airport development right
Man, right
downtown.
now, you can't buy nothing in a Kingston. And that me I tell you no. You can't buy nothing.
We can buy everything in a Kingston. And that's why them carry the best things, them come to Kingston, come sell with, and sell on the riffraff yam them a country.
Backside.
After we plant it.
Everything we get the best stuff them at Kingston.
Protecting JA, how you doing,
I
brother?
want to see a talk about land. You can't buy a piece of land at Kingston.
You can't buy land at Kingston.
Listen to me rich labor them. I just give me more truck around here, so.
And a rich man with
And a rich labor, that's smart. You're smart because you got to be smart when you're investing, and you have to really look at the environment that you're investing in and see that, yo, look at what is going on. How can you not be a part of the movement going forward? What you want to do, wait until the movement go forward, and then when it reach a certain stage, then you say, I try to get in. Maybe that time to get in.
You know what I hope?
The people them have them NHT.
You know what I hope, people. Good night, brethren and sisters. Good night, family.
Well, and they protecting. If people them have them NHT benefits and I use it, and every budget cycle Andrew come with. You know what Andrew do? Reduce the interest rate. You know what that does to your mortgage? You reduce your mortgage every single time. On a sit down and on a use up on a little benefits. Go and go use it, go and go take the 3.5, go and go partner with somebody else and buy one property for $7 million and stop going to KFC every time you feel to eat some KFC. Take it for your mortgage. When you hear me telling them, I always telling them that.
You know, PNP more interested in selling the narrative, so not now go on than for join the prosperity train, right? And take advantage of the opportunity because it will make the government look good. Them prefer to suffer, you know, than to take advantage and be an example of prosperity, right? And not the problem because they might go party and not Jamaica. That's why Andrew Holness have come and said choose Jamaica.
But what the people will listen to us. Wanna hear me?
Go ahead, protecting.
But what the people will listen to us, even those who are on now. I hope they appreciate the fact that the people who support the Jamaica Labour Party are forward-thinking people. People think about progress, development, advancement, and growth. I hope the people who listen to us will be able to contrast between us and them. Them who will never see the value in the things that we discuss, like buying lands, thinking about the future. Just like Lashika says, the same thing me do. Me look on land in a bush. Because one highway must cut somewhere sometime, or one housing scheme must go somewhere when they run out of land in the urban areas. I hope the people who listen to us understand that unless they begin to think like how we think, then they are really not progressing or advancing in life. It is the story I share with people everywhere I go when I promote Jamaica. No matter where me travel to. My wife always said to me, say, my God, man, you just always talk about Jamaica, say, you know, see somewhere else there. Because if we love Jamaica, and if we are true to Jamaica, and if we cherish Jamaica, then it must be that we see a future for Jamaica and we see ourselves a part of that future in Jamaica. And it is very clear, you know, but I really do hope that the people are able to see that the PNP, they are none of what we are. We are progressive people. We are people of growth. Notice the PNP are bad mind one another and they live in a car. What is that to bad mind each other about? Me I watch a comment all long, you know. I'm here when I want to say, uno continue talk. I'm here Lashika say, yes man, I'm glad uno continue the conversation while they were in the chat texting and typing. Because that's what they are about, bullshit. Nothing sensible. We're talking about the appreciation of the entire society, the entire country. And their attempt is to throw a stick in at the spoke of the conversation. Why?
The truth is, and we must come to the realization of that truth, that they do not understand of which we speak. We speak of growth and progress. No comrade no understand progress and growth. Them don't know what it's like. Them don't know what it look like. They don't know what it feel like. And they don't know how to deal with it. And so they will not understand what we are saying. Because when we not talk about the future, we not talk about planning ahead, looking ahead. Them not understand that. But it's a lovely conversation, people. Right now, me there, I wonder, because I feel vexed, you see, a piece of land that I really wanted. And just because I never have enough money, and I did have something else to do, I never jump on it. And it's something else I did have to do, could I wait, you know?
Hey,
But I spend the money to something else and the land gone.
Protecting
You have
that
to
man.
understand,
I don't know who am my inspiration right now. Every time I see it, I say, Jesus, Agent Sasko. That man, that
Mulberry
man,
Park.
that man, and trust me, say,
Mulberry Park.
in the hills, I sent Mary in there, or wherever I is. That man is my inspiration. That is my goal. I have one friend from St. Elizabeth, and every time I talk to him, I say, no, Lana, they are not sent with no river penny. Trust me, say me that invest in a piece of property just like that and do what me I do.
I'm on this
Remember, I tell you no.
Tuskins, you know.
Co-pastor, silly, you want to?
Pardon me?
I want co-pastor, you want to have water run through it.
You don't see the girl who buy the 10 acres of land and a farm it in I think St. Thomas. You don't see her? We have the cow them pan it and everything. You don't see her?
I don't see her.
Stay there. Yeah, people are taking.
You know, one of the things we have to understand that we are going up against something called perception. And you see, going up against perception that nothing now go on, the justice system corrupt. You can't, the court case, you're not gonna get no justice at court, the police then corrupt. The perception is really, 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 really something where it is really heavy out there. Yeah? But if you really look at the reality, you can see that there is a change in what is going on. Even in our court system, our local court, as to clearing up rate and stuff like that. I don't think we spend enough time talking about what even the justice minister is doing within the court system. And the changes that people can now go to court and don't have to wait 6 and 7 years and 10 years for something to happen in their to get resolution. Yeah? Really and truly, we need to look into it and talk more about this, because there's a perception that people are not getting justice, and one of the reasons why you would find people tend not to want to go to court and solve the matter themselves is because of this perception. And now that perception is being changed to a reality that they can get justice.
Can we agree one thing, Omalo? Can we agree that FinSac era has changed the fabric of Jamaica, where Jamaicans really think everything is doom and gloom?
Yes.
That period, you know, you have to understand, that period has culturalized us in ways where this is what Andrew is undoing now. That is not an easy thing. As I said before, they say culture dies slowly. So this period, yeah, it creates learned helplessness, where people feel like I saw the thing said, nothing not change. Where people used to say, rather go to the police than go to the Dan. Rather than certain things, they tend to want to stick to the corrupt part of it, rather than go join the tax office line or go on the computer. No, you know, they have these accesses that are changing the way they used to think. Yeah?
But those old perspectives are still alive, you know, Omalo, because a lot of people are not paying attention to the changes to even update the perspective.
They will, foresight, they will. I mean, let me tell you something, man. Let me be very honest with you, and I'm very clear. And anybody who know me knows I'm serious. I am one Jamaican right now who would wash Andrew foot and drink the water right now. You know why? Our generation, whether it be the generation just before, but I'm within Andrew's generation. We are experiencing in real time a true leader. Andrew, could I just dash down him bag and take up him marble and kiss him teeth and say, boy, Jamaica too hard for lead. And he walk out of the play field and just go about business. You know. He could have done that, you know.
And it could have prolonged the deception tactic that politicians are known for.
Right.
To continue deceiving the people, right? And just continue for them live off a sympathy. And go the route you have to try to change a mindset. You could have just represent people. You get the crackhead crack him up, but it a destroy him.
We are experiencing something that even though we are here supporting, you know, a lot of us, I don't think it's sinking away yet. Not about just those of us who are here now. I talk about the broader scheme who support the government, and we're out here on the socials fighting for a cause. I don't think in fullness it's sinking us everybody yet. This is leadership, true leadership. You know what true leadership should be? It should be selfless.